Hi and welcome everyone to our today's tutorial for DTR app. So the reason for making this tutorial is basically to because there's been a lot of confusion with some of the people who are recording with us. There are, a few basic issues which need to be clarified in order to make sure that your recording is perfect. It can clear the quality control easily so that uh, the amount of time you have put into and the effort you have put in to recording these sentences don't go to waste, as well as my time also because I have to do the whole management in the middle. So it's in my best interest as well to make this video today for you guys and to explain everything in detail. So right now you can see on the screen, I have a few details, laid out on this Word file, as well as the link to the app. And on the side, you can see, the my phone being shared on the PC so that I can show you the whole process. I can basically take you and guide you through it. So those people who are new to this project, they can they can simply follow me step by step, and everything should be okay. Those who have already done this project and they're familiar with the app and everything, they can look at this video to understand the quality control points which need to be ensured to keep the level of the recording as high as possible. All right. So the first step is to download the app. Now, this app is also available on Google Play Store, and a lot of people have said that they would prefer to download it from the Play Store. But the problem is that on the Play Store, the version of the app is pretty old, and which itself creates a lot of issues. So I recommend, not just recommend, I'm actually asking you guys to download the app from the link, because the link always has updated version of the app, and they're up to date, and they ensure that there's no technical issues related. So I'll click here. Or basically over here you have the link um, in this Word file. So you just need to open this link in your browser on your phone, so you can directly just download it on your phone. I'll click download. Again, okay. So now, basically, when we start downloading the app, it's going to ask me to, like the main issue which people face is, yeah, all right, guys. So yeah, I had a bit of a technical issue in the middle. So I was at the part where I was telling you that please use this link over here and use that link to download the app directly from the company's website, because it will be bug free. There will be, no chances of anything, going wrong with your recordings. But the problem is that, for example, if you're using an iPhone, an Apple device, it's completely fine. The App Store has the latest version of the application. But if you're using an Android, you need to directly use the link. So which means that some devices will give some notifications like, oh, this type of file can harm your device. Do you want to download it anywhere or something? So well, I'm clicking OK because I trust this app. Um, I'll click OK. It will download. I will press install, and it might ask you to further allow, like you might have to go into your settings and click on that allow installing app from this source, and then open, and now we have the app. Now another very important thing which a lot of people do is that if you're downloading this app and if you want this app to record and save files on your phone and upload files from your phone, unless you want to do it manually, then allow it you need to give the permissions. You cannot expect it to do the job without giving it the permission. You don't, you know, expect a person to drive a car without letting that person, be in the car. That's came out to be an interesting analogy. So anyway, then we'll enter, and now we're here in the app. Okay, now before I start explaining to you how to use the app, I want to tell you guys a little bit about what this app is and why we are asking you to make these recordings. So these are basically an NLP project, which means natural language processing. So these recordings are used by companies to develop voice recognition. Your voice will not be used in any way, like it will not be uploaded onto some website or used in some, final product. Your voice will always be used for research purposes only. So that, being said, um, there is nothing which you guys should worry about. And when you will register on the app, there will be, a kind of like an e-contract which you can, accept, or you can read through. If there's something which you don't agree with, you can, there's no need to continue any further. Okay. Um, Now back to our app. So how does it work? So basically, it depends on if you're an individual recorder or a manager. If you're a manager, I'll be sending you a list of IDs which you will distribute within your own team. If you're a single individual, I'll be sending you just one ID which you will use by yourself to make the recordings. Now this part is very sensitive because these IDs are like one ID represents one recording, and once you log in with this ID cannot is not transferable. You cannot transfer it to another phone. If you for some reason don't want to continue with the recording or don't want to do this project anymore, so that we cannot use that specific ID anymore. Okay. So once you enter the ID, you need to make sure that this is the phone where you're going to record it or not. You cannot be like, okay, I'll record 100, sentences here and then a few others somewhere else. Okay, and so let's go through the process of. Wait, just let my screen come back. Okay, so first, when you just first start recording, we'll go into task configuration. Okay. Um, First, we have the current task ID, which you can see. So, current task ID is basically your um, your project code, because we're doing different languages. Like for example, like right at this moment, we have Canadian English, Australian English, Singaporean English, and Malaysian Bahasa going on all at the same time. So for Canadian English, our code is 35326. So once you enter this 35326, the app automatically knows that this is for the Canadian English. So it doesn't give you, Malaysian Bahasa and leave you uh, confused, and the other way around as well. So I'll go with the second ID because all the other IDs have been used. I kept this one for myself. So the corpus has been downloaded and started recording. Okay, so please excuse the English Chinglish in the app. It's not the most accurate translation in there. I think it's just machine translated. So click confirm. It will do a noise test. Okay, my environment is pretty noisy because I have a heater fan going on in the background and everything, but still, just for the sake of this video, I'll. Okay, so even though I have clear audible background noise right now, like which I can hear with my own ears. Maybe you cannot hear it in this audio recording right now, but still the app allowed me is saying that the environment is up to the standard. So now this is a very important point. So even if your app is like telling you that okay the environment is up to the standard, you need to make sure by yourself that is it up to the standard or not. If it's not, for example, if you have a fan or if you have any anything which is creating any noise around you, you should turn it off or go to another room. You should also be careful of other things like echo. Some rooms have echo, some rooms don't have echo. Some rooms have too much background noise, have windows, which open up to a busy roadside or something. So in either case, I'll go with my environment is up to the standard because it's too cold to turn off that heater right now. Okay. So now I'll click on begin. So over here I can see that 00107 was my ID, which I've entered. It's showing 0/0/450, which basically means that there is a total of 450 sentences, and only and not only like none of them have been done. So it's 0 by 0. Uh, let's click on begin. Okay, so now I was waiting for this issue to come out so that I can show you guys. So the corpus has been used by other user. Okay, so what does that mean? It means that this ID has already been logged in by someone else. So when you see this issue, you should always ask the person who gave you the ID that is it like what's the problem? Like why did it happen? Because it might have happened that due to some human error, this ID was already issued to someone and then God came to you again. Uh, but but that is just to make sure. In most cases, what happened is that the other person did not want to continue, or was rejected by the QC, or for any reason is not continuing anymore. So now this ID came to you. So what I'll do is I'll go back. Um, I will change the first digit from 0 to 1. Now, this is very important. What has happened over here? So we have 5-digit IDs. The first digit of those 5 digits is basically a way to change your ID to another number, but it's basically the same ID. So the basic ID numbers are those 4 digits on the right, and the leftmost digit, which I just changed from 0 to 1, it basically helps you register the same ID to another device if needed be for any reason. So I've changed it from 0 to 1. Now I'll ask it to download, confirm. Apparently, it's more quiet now here. So you can see now I can see both these IDs. So I'll click on the 101071. Okay. Now so now the part is where you will enter your personal information. The first part is your name. Okay. Uh, choose your gender. You don't need to write down your uh, real age if you don't want to. Uh, Accent is Canada. Birthplace is just choose any place in Canada. Doesn't matter if you're from Canada or not. Place of residence, okay, where I also live in Vancouver. So just make sure that this all information is from Canada. So then this is that contract thingy I was talking about. You can go through it if you want, and if you agree with it, then click I agree. Okay, now we're in the app. It's going to give you a few instructions. So read aloud according to the provided sentences. None of extra words, missing words, or wrong words is acceptable. Okay, it didn't give me much time to go through everything. So press the green button and keep quiet for about 1.5 seconds. After all three lights are off, start reading the text. Okay, I'll basically explain all these things. The first five sentences will check the impact of the device on the on the voice. The check time is longer. After five sentences, it will speed up. Please record patiently. Okay, so sometimes when you're going from one sentence to another sentence, it might be slow, but just be patient. It will go through, hopefully. Okay, confirm. All right, so now you can see over here on the top in this very interesting green color, you have a sentence in English. And below, you also have the pronunciation, just to make your life a little bit more easier. Now, how do I start recording? So, first of all, you can see your progress over here. So, it's 1 by 450. So, your total target is 450. Over here, it shows that this sentence is unrecorded. Down here, we have some navigation buttons, next, previous, jump, and play. I actually never checked what jump means. Probably will skip one sentence. I don't know. We'll check it out later. So I'm going to record my first sentence right now. Like it or not, ready or not, this is our future. Okay, so it gave me some kind of error. I'm going to I don't know what is a continuous noise reduction. It could be my hardware issue. It could be some because there is some background noise like I mentioned before. It could be because of that. So I'll try it again. Like it or not, ready or not, this is our future. Okay, so it went through. Now, the important thing to realize over here is that once you press the button, then you have these three dots going down, right? So you need to let these three dots um, disappear and then start speaking. Don't start speaking immediately. You need to make sure that your voice is not cut off in the beginning and at the end. Okay, so over here the app has automatically told me that please keep quiet before starting reading. So it detected that I kept talking or there was some noise even before I started reading the sentence. So there is a little bit of AI going on over here in this app. So but it's not smart enough to actually correct all your mistakes. So don't depend on it. You need to, protect yourself, basically. So I'm going to record the second sentence as well. Okay, battery power 15%. Okay, this part as well. Never charge your phone and record at the same time. There will be a very, very serious case of static noise, electrical interference, or all of them together. I still don't understand what all of that means, but just don't charge your phone while you're, recording. Sometimes they get in trouble, but not often. Okay. Now you saw like I gave a pause at the beginning, which is kind of automatic as well, but then I give like a 1 second extra pause, and then after I finished speaking, I again didn't release the button, the recording button. I gave it another 1 or 2 seconds. So that is very important. That makes sure that your voice doesn't cut off at the start and at the end, because uh, oh, hello. Yeah. You want to do a recording as well? Okay. I don't think so. All right. So let me show you that if I don't really if I release it quickly, what happens? And it's worth probably about 3 MacBook Pros. Okay. So it accepted. Normally, it should not accept it that I did not give a short period after I finished saying the sentence. So there's a possibility that the previous sentence might be cut off in the middle. So, but what to do? I just click previous, go back to the previous menu, and I will play it to confirm. Because normally that's what we should do. We should record around 5 to 6 sentences, go back and listen to all these 5 or 6 sentences. That will give you a clear idea that is your environment okay or not. So let me listen to my recordings and see if my environment is okay. And it's worth probably about 3 MacBook Pros. Okay, so I can see that I finished the sentence properly and there was no problem. Let me go a bit more back. Sometimes they get in trouble, but not often. Okay, this sounds pretty okay. Like it or not, ready or not, this is our future. Okay, now there's another way, like this is like generally just listening. Normally, what I do is that I will play it and put the speaker right next to my ear to listen to that, that more subtle background noise. Like it or not, ready or not, this is our future. Yeah, so I can hear it very, very clearly. There's a lot of background static noise. Now, why is that? What is the reason? There's a couple of different reasons. One is that heater fan over there is making a continuous noise. Okay. And number two is my laptop right in front of me. When you are recording, you need to keep this in mind. There should be no electrical appliances around you. No TV, no aircon, no laptops, PCs, refrigerators. Refrigerators are your worst enemy. So you need to stay away from all these electrical appliances. Just lock yourself in the most, you know, cornermost room in the house where there's nothing which will create any kind of disturbance for you, be it electrical, be it noise from your environment or you yourself. How can you do it by yourself? I will explain that to you as well. So right now, let me just wrap up with the app part. So once we once we go through this all these 450 sentences, we will reach the end. And once we have finished the 450 sentences, we will go back to the main menu. and we'll click on upload file. Okay, so now over here you can see that it's saying 0 out of 3. So what does this 0 out of 3 means? It means that I have finished 3 sentences, and if I want, I can upload them right now. So if I click on start, so it's saying that you need to do at least 1% before you can upload. You cannot just record like 3 sentences and upload. So once you will click upload, it will the figure on the left side will change to what is on the right side. So if it's 450, slowly it will upload, which you can do in the background as well. You don't need to just sit there and look at your phone. You can click upload and put the app on the background. Unless you have like some battery saver apps or something which will automatically turn it off, then in that case keep it on. And once it's uploaded, it will show 450 by 450. Okay, now there are some situations where it might not show 450 by 450. What does that mean? Maybe it's showing you 449 by 449. So what does that mean? It means that you have skipped a sentence. And what to do with that? You will go back to the main menu. You will click Start Recording. Don't click on Task Configuration. Task Configuration is for if you have a new ID and you want to enter a new ID, then you will go to the Task Configuration. Normal situation, just click on Start Recording, Test. Even better than before. Okay. And then you will go back to the one which we were doing, the 10107, begin. And now, how to find that missing sentence? That 449 means that there is a missing sentence. So at this point of time, you will probably be on 450 because you finished all the sentences. So what you'll do is that you will click previous. Can you see the difference that the sentences which are not recorded, you can see this small unrecorded, red unrecorded, and the ones which are says recorded. So once you are, wait, let me turn off these notifications as well. Okay, so once you start clicking back, 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 it will keep showing you recorded, and a time will come where you will find that one sentence which you accidentally skipped or jumped. I think that's what that jump button did. Probably you skipped that sentence, but it can happen. It sometimes happens. All you have to do is navigate, just quickly press this previous, 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 and the moment you see that unrecorded red button come up, just stop there, navigate back, and find that sentence, that annoying sentence which just wasted, a couple of minutes of your life, and re-record it, and then go back to the upload menu and upload. And it will upload that missing sentence as well. Once you have done all of this, the next most important thing which you have to do is you have to take a screenshot. A screenshot of what? Of the upload menu. So you go to the upload menu and you will take a screenshot. I turn it off. Okay. So what you will do is that you will take a screenshot and you're going to send that screenshot to me or to your manager. If you're working directly with me, you can send it to me. If you are doing it with your manager, you can send it to your manager, who will, in the end, will send it back to me. So that screenshot basically proves that you have finished 450 sentences, and these sentences can now be sent to the quality control, because that is the next step which we'll come to, and that is the quality control. Whatever we like, whichever how to say recordings which we make, they first have to go through the quality control. The quality control will make sure that what you have done is right or not. Like, they're the final authority on that. But they will not do it just randomly. They will check your recordings and they will give the feedback. Now I will show you basically a sample feedback over here, it's actually not really a sample feedback, it's an actual feedback, but I took out the information, like the ones with the problems, so that you have an idea of what's going on. So over here we have this QC sheet. I have translated their remarks into English. Again, it might not be perfect English because a lot of words I have no idea how to how to translate them directly into English. So you can see over here we have the first ID 10108. So what happened over here? So what happened is that 10108 did 450 sentences. The QC checked 50 sentences and failed 21 sentences, which makes the ratio at 58%. Anything below 90% is rejected. You should always make sure that you are 90% plus. So, what does that mean? 90% plus means that out of the 50 sentences they will check from 450, not more than 5 should be wrong. And guys, that's not that difficult. Out of 450, even if you accidentally make a few mistakes, there's a very small chance that those few mistakes will come up in those 50, and there's an even smaller chance that even if they come up, that they will be more than 5. If you if you make sure of all the points which I've told you, it should not be a problem at all. All right. So please focus on these quality issues because that can waste your the 1 hour, the 1 hour 10-20 minutes which you've spent on the app. They can go completely to waste just because of a small mistake. And that small mistake is not that small because you've been, like, for example, I have some background noise right now. I've realized that, but if I continue recording, whose mistake is that? Of course, mine, right? So um, these 21 failed sentences, their comment is that the most common problem was more background noise. There was too much background noise. Now let's go to number two. Now number two is in a better condition. Four out of 450, they checked 50 sentences and only sorry, only two failed. So the percentage is at 96%, which is above 90. So this recording has been accepted. But those two which were failed, they were um, they were wrong. They were considered failed because they were misread. They were read wrong. This is a very common problem. 450 sentences is not a small number. Once you reach your second hundred, like 200 or 250, 300, people get tired. People get annoyed. They just don't want to do it anymore. So if you're tired, annoyed, angry, want to break your phone or anything, just take a break. Come back to it later. That's the best thing about this app. You can stop in the middle whenever you want. Like I stopped right now at my fourth sentence and I can start whenever I want. I don't need to, go go over do those sentences again, which I've already finished. So this is the beauty of this app. Um, okay. Now let's look at some other problems. Now this one over here, it was a more sad situation. Out of 450, the QC only listened to 5, and all 5 failed. They probably listened to more as well, but what they found is that the noise floor, or the floor noise, whatever you call it, is too much. What is floor noise? Floor noise is this environment's static noise which keeps coming, like the fans or the cars or things around you, or some electrical equipment, electronics. So that should not exceed 40 dB. 40 dB is a pretty high value. It takes quite a lot of noise to go above 40 dB, unless you're living, right on top of a busy street. Then 40 dB is a normal thing. Then you have, then the next person has like an empty tone. There's some kind of tone which can be heard. Current tone is basically the electrical interference I talked about. Platform not found. This kind of problem happens when Some people don't send their screenshots. Instead, they just, say, "Oh, I've done the work, and maybe I didn't have the time or to wait for them to send the screenshot, and I sent their wrong ID." So probably maybe they registered. The ID is 00113, but they registered with 10113 because maybe 00113 didn't work, or for any reason. So I need to know. If I don't know the exact series which was used, it can, like the QC department will not find that recording. Energy loss, current waste. This is basically, this can happen because of two reasons. One is you are not using the latest version of the app, and number two is your phone is too old. It has some hardware issues. Sampling value is below 2500. Why was this guy rejected? Because his volume was too low. He did not find the optimal volume. You need to, the first 5 sentences you will record, you listen to them again. If you think your volume is too low, put the phone more near. If you think that's too much, put it more far. Current interference, again the same electrical thing. Misread. Now look, like this guy over here, he got rejected. He went below 90% just for reading it wrong. Like he had no other issue. The environment was perfect, his voice was perfect, his volume was perfect. But what happened? He Out of 57 sentences were read wrong. That's a lot. And so basically, he or she just wasted his 1 hour of his life. Now, this other guy over here tried to do that as well, but just managed to get 3 wrong. So that's 94%. So this person will get paid. Um, over here, obsolete is basically using the old version. Probably some person who is too afraid of the downloading the app directly, so instead went to Google Play Store and downloaded Play Store version. And I mean, I don't know, guys. Google and everyone is already spying on us and like stealing all our information anyway. I mean, over here you're getting paid to, give your information, and not even your information, just your voice. So don't worry about that. Um, then okay, now over here, this is a very very common problem as well. Spray wheat. So please, guys, don't spray wheat. It's not, I don't know, recommended to spray wheat. Now, okay, jokes apart. So, what is spray wheat? Spray wheat basically means that you are kind of like breathing onto your microphone in like these small bursts of air, like uh, like this kind of sound. I'm sorry, guys. This is spray wheat. So when we're talking, like when the mic is too near, you can see like this kind of sound coming into the mic. So this is spray wheat. Please don't spray any wheat. I don't know how to translate it in Chinese. Translating it directly into English, it's spray wheat. I like this word, so I'll keep it that way. Um, so in the future, hopefully not. But if you get rejected, I can tell you that you sprayed your wheat on the microphone. Platform not found. Um, Again, some error with the ID, but this is not an issue. This will be sent again, and like now I know, like this one was, the ID was wrong, so can send again. The noise, misread. Uh, Now this guy, these two people tried to, make a combination of everything: background noise, spray wheat, and waste number. I don't know what is waste number. I think it's old app basically. It means like obsolete something. More current interference, misreading, noise, obsolete number. So I think that's enough examples over here to explain to you guys that what kind of problems can get you into trouble. I also have a few a few examples over here. I'll play them so that you can have a better idea.
Isya juga mendakwa terdapat pegawai yang sering berlibur bersama-sama kontraktor. dan beliau mengisyaki mereka terlibat dalam penyelewengan kuasa.
Did you feel that noise like around here?
Sama kontraktor mengisyaki mereka terlibat dalam penyelewengan.
So around that time, this lady moved. So it was either her clothes or some papers or something. So guys, when you're recording, sit very still. Don't move too much. Put your phone on the table if you want, or hold it like right in front of you. It will it might be a little bit annoying, but I mean that way you will guarantee that there won't be any trouble. Even if you don't do that, still I mean there's a very rare chance. Again, out of 450, only 50 will be checked, and out of those 50, you need to make sure you don't go above 5. All right. So this was background noise. Now let's check this clicking sound.
Akhir sekali, kuasa veto itu mesti dihapuskan dan demokrasi dunia diwujudkan, katanya.
Okay, so did you hear that? Um, Okay, so by the way, this is Malaysian Bahasa. So we're also doing a project for Malaysian Bahasa. So we got some audio recordings back from the quality control to let us know what kind of problems are coming up in the QC. So you heard that click sound somewhere around there?
Demokrasi dunia diwujud, katanya.
See, so over here, there was this click sound while reading. So even small things like these, if detected, will be considered a wrong sentence. So you need to make sure you look at the sentence, you mentally prepare yourself to read it, then press the button and then read it. Read it at a normal conversational speed and make sure that you are well hydrated. You're not like like you chapping your lips or like going all like yum 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 like these kind of sounds, because if you're too thirsty or your mouth is dry, you can like these kind of sounds. They can come out of your mouth. It happens. I mean, we're not machines. But we need to make sure that these kind of things don't happen. Now, noise floor is the background noise.
Akan rasa lebih baik jika dia tidak terseksa.
What does noise floor mean? Noise floor means that noise which you can hear during silent time of the audio, like here. You can hear like this, like in the back. So this is basically your background noise. Now, in some rare cases, it can also happen because of your phone's mic. Some phones are too old and they can have this kind of floor noise. So if you're feeling that your phone, the environment where you're going to record is too noisy, make a short recording on your phone's recorder. Download any recorder on your phone and make a short recording and send it to me. Send it to me or to your manager. And like for example, I'll show you over here. I have this. I don't know. Just got a new phone, and I'm still learning. Okay, yeah. So we're here, just make like a short recording, turn on your recorder, make a short recording inside the room where you're going to record. Just record for like 10, 15, 20 seconds and stop it. Uh, DTR sample, save, and just share it. Share it by WhatsApp or WeChat or anything, or by email, and I will check this for you and I will let you know that if the environment is okay or not. But only if you really, really feel that there's some problem with it. All right. So guys, I think our recording has become pretty long. I don't think we should go any further than that now. I have then a bunch of other points as well, which I will send to you directly as well. once again, before I finish this audio recording, I want to um, let you know one important thing, and that is before you start recording, once you set up everything, once you go into the recording screen, uh, please put your phone on airplane mode. This way, there will be no notifications or interference, or sometimes even when your Wi-Fi or your 4G is working, it can create some interference as well. So put it on airplane mode. It will give you peace of mind as well. Don't breathe into your phone. Don't hold your phone like this and go like. Don't do that, please. Um, you should make sure the room is completely silent and maintain a good pace and expression when you're reading. You should make sure that you read exactly as it's written. Don't change the sentences. Even if it's wrong grammar, even if it's a wrong word, just read it as it is. And and always keep checking your quality. And the last thing is that make sure that your recording is done properly. If you're a manager, make sure that this video has been watched by everyone. I will put some maybe secret phrase or something to make sure that people have listened to this audio or not. Okay, I will. Um, what should I say? Okay, I'm completely blank. I love monkeys. Okay, that's I've put it out right there. Okay, so that's the catchphrase. So I'll make sure that you've listened and properly gone through this whole how long? 47-minute recording, especially for the managers, guys. And that going through this recording will mean that there's a 98, 99% chance that you will not make any mistake in the main recording. So, I love monkeys. See you guys later and good luck. And I hope I'll hear back from you soon.